to Santa Clara and Levi's Stadium for Super Bowl 60. Tonight, we're set for what should be a great matchup. It's the AFC champion, Baltimore Ravens.
Let's go!
And the champions of the NFC, the Atlanta Falcons. Around the globe, wherever you are, welcome to America's Great Sports Day. Mike Tirico, Greg Olsen, Super Bowl Sunday. Great to share it with you one more time, Greg. What a 2025 season, all the twists, all the turns, and it all culminates tonight here in Santa Clara.
And I think this is a matchup, Mike, that I don't know how many people had on their card just even a couple weeks ago, but you look at the rosters, both sides of the ball, very well balanced, very well coached. So I think the biggest thing each team told us all week was, let's just handle the emotions of the pregame. Let's handle all of the lead up, because once that ball's kicked off, let's just rely on what's gotten us here, and I think we're in for a treat.
Now a 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. They'll run it for the first time with Bijan Robinson. And he's going to be stopped up at the line to begin this ballgame.
You spend all week on your opening script. What are the plays that allow you to find a rhythm and have some early success offensively? Well, in this case, that first play you drawn up sent you going back the wrong direction. How does that change this play caller's approach to the ground game going forward?
Taken down at the 43-yard line. A gain of 6 yards. And it's
third down. They need 5. Out of the shotgun, it's Penix. That is caught by Washington. His first catch of this Super Bowl, and good for the first down.
These third down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on third down.
They run over center with Robinson. And this time they are ready for him. Thrown for a loss. And it's 2nd down. And he just does get that one away. He was being chased down, forced the awkward throw. Maybe he's fortunate that all it is an incompletion.
I think he knew in the back of his head, Mike, he had to get rid of this ball a little sooner than he would have liked. And with that pressure getting there in a hurry, just ends up being a wasted down.
It is 3rd and long. From the gun, it's Penix. Down the field, but it falls incomplete. Trying to get it to Kyle Pitts. And now it's 4th down.
I think as the offense comes to the sideline now, the quarterback and his wide receivers need to get together and say, hey, guys, what are you seeing out there? How can we find some open targets? Because on that last down, there was nowhere to go with the ball.
for the field goal. A 67-yard attempt.
And as expected, this one's not going to get there. It's no good. And this will remain a scoreless game.
You have to give him credit, Mike. I mean, that shows a lot of faith in your kicker because that is an ambitious effort from that distance.
On the ground, here's Keaton Mitchell. A gain of 4 as he's taken down.
Tackle made at the 38-yard line. It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
From the 38 now, here's 2nd down and 5. In the shotgun, here's Jackson. He'll get this out wide to Mitchell. And he's going to be out of bounds down inside the 25-yard line.
It's a gain of
14 on the pickup. 1st down, Baltimore.
I always think you can tell pretty quickly how comfortable a quarterback is in their offense, Mike, by how fast they work through their progression and get the ball to their check down underneath. And in this case, with the depth of the defense, a lot of space in the short game.
And he's into the end zone. Peyton Mitchell. Touchdown, Ravens. The first touchdown of Super Bowl 60. The extra point, up and good. And the Ravens are off and running here in the Super Bowl. They lead 7-0. Nothing is our score as this kick is sent into the air.
The Falcons take over first and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
From the 35, it's first and 10. The drive will begin here with a run by Robinson. Not much happening there, just a short game. Ball on the 36 now. Here's second and 9. Another run here for Robinson. He'll turn this into a gain of about 4. It's going to lead to third down.
It's a gain of 4, and it's third down.
Plant. It's Penix. And this ball incomplete on third down.
It's just so hard to be a good offense in the NFL, Mike, when you are not good on third down. Your inability to extend drives, it either puts a lot of pressure on your coaches to be aggressive on fourth down or simply punt or take a field goal. You have to maintain possession and give you more cracks to score touchdowns.
Now a timeout, Atlanta. That's their first, as they'll discuss what's to come as fourth down is looming. Now the Ravens use their first timeout, as they'll discuss what's to come as fourth down is looming. Fourth down, and here's Penix. That's taken in. And he's going to have a Falcons first down. Going to have it by plenty. Huge gainer on fourth down.
26 yards.
So think back to earlier in the week, Mike, and they told us they want to get him going here early and often. So I'd expect plenty of passes to head his way as this game unfolds.
On play action, Penix. Complete. Former first-round pick Drake London with the catch. His first catch of this Super Bowl. And good for the first down.
Just a really good play design that time, Mike, from the offensive coordinator. They match up one of the most explosive playmakers in the NFL with a hook curl defender, and he's just not able to match up with one of the best route runners in the league.
Let's go. Rock roll 80.
To throw again, it's Penix. Out to his right. And he'll take it on in. Touchdown, Atlanta.
You know, Mike, at this level, not all touchdowns are created equal. There's some plays that result in touchdowns, and then there are touchdown strikes. And this one is the latter. I mean, you talk about a confidently thrown ball on the money downfield. It doesn't get a lot better than this, and his receiver is able to take it in for 6.
So back to level after the touchdown. Time for the kickoff. Flowers now to return it. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. The drive will begin with a run by Mitchell. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one. Love to start any drive like that. 18 on the first play. And a 1st down.
Well, really nice start here to the drive. Early down success. Every offensive coordinator is trying to find ways. How do we pick up 1st downs without having to get to 3rd down? We see it here. Big explosive run. Now the rest of the drive unfolds.
They'll go again with Mitchell. He plunges forward for a couple of yards. Roop Orororo there on the tackle.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
After a spirited first quarter here in Super Bowl 60, Harris Evans on the scoreboard. And we're back in the Bay Area after this. From the 44-yard line, here's 2nd and 8. From the gun, Jackson. A terrific run there, all the way down to the 30-yard line. That one good for 26 yards. Set to go now on 1st and 10. On 1st down, right back to Mitchell. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. Divine Diablo there to make the play.
26. 4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
Second down and 6 now from the 26. They'll try to throw here with Jackson. That's going to be incomplete. Coverage very good there. Contact jarring the ball loose. And it's going to force 3rd down.
He's usually such a reliable target in the passing game, Mike. We just don't see him struggle to come down with catches like that all too often. And when you're one of the go-to guys on your team, I know the hit's coming, but guess what? It feels a lot better after you take that hit after a catch than it does after a drop.
Have to get this to the 20. Here's 3rd down. Now, Jackson. On 4th down, it's Tyler Loop for the Baltimore field goal. His kick is good. And the Ravens will break our tie and take a 10-7 lead. Back to it now after that made field goal. Here's Loop to kick this one away. This one crushed. It's over the back line of the end zone. Touchback. And the ball's coming out to the 35. They'll start on the ground with Robinson. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
There's very few defenses in today's NFL, Mike, that you can play the cornerback position and be unwilling to tackle. Those days are kind of over, so give credit to this guy. I mean, he identified run, he understood his leverage and gap fit, and he's able to bring him down for no gain.
That's caught right side. It's London. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. Second reception of this Super Bowl, and it's good enough for a 1st down. A shotgun snap, and they'll give it to Robinson. And they'll finally run him down, but not before he takes it inside the 15. A big play here in the big game. 31 yards.
This is a combination of footwork and vision. His ability to kind of weave through traffic and understand where the holes were. It's a really nice job working through some bodies and picking up a big gain.
And the lefty panics on first down. Forced out wide. That's in the end zone and intercepted. Picked off by their rookie corner. And the Ravens are going to take over at their own 11-yard line.
So much of that play comes down to the defender's positioning. Being able to get himself to a spot, to get his hands on the ball, and a chance at that pick. Mike, when that ball was thrown, me and you are sitting here saying, that's a touchdown. And instead, they force a turnover, and now their offense is back on the field.
Second down and 8.
A gain of 2. Brings up second and 8 at the 13-yard line.
Now Jackson. That is to the rookie, Torrey Horton. And that's going to be a first down. A pickup of 9.
And after being shut down in the opening quarter, he makes his first catch here with that one. And they're going to need to continue to build off this if they plan on leaving here today with a win.
On the zone read, it's Mitchell. Past the 45. Down the sideline to the 20. And they won't catch him. He'll go all the way. 77 yards. Touchdown, Baltimore. The PAT up and good. And the Ravens will get out in front 17-7. Now, after the touchdown, Luke is back out to kick this one away.
The Falcons take over first and 10 at their own 30-line line.
And here's Bijan. He did not want to go down there. Carrying tacklers. It's a gain of 9.
At the 45-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup. It's second.
They'll go again with Robinson.
Now the offensive coordinator's got a decision on his hand, Mike. It was 2nd and 1. He decides to go with the conservative run. Gets stopped for no gain. He's in the exact same position now on 3rd down. Does he try to change it up, or does he just turn around and hand it off again?
They'll look to pick this up 3rd and a yard. They'll try to run for it with Robinson. And he's got it. Good work there to take it to the 47 and set up first down.
I know it's early in this game, but in my mind, that's 4-down territory, and certainly now the coach doesn't have to make that decision. He keeps it on the ground on 3rd and short, gets a fresh set of downs, and now they got to see if they can come away with some points.
That is caught out wide on the RPO. No touchdown, but they are close. Going to be 1st and goal. They've got it at the 3. Now a timeout here by Baltimore. That's going to be their 2nd. They'll be disappointed there after giving up the first down. Robinson. And this one ruined quickly. Take them back to the 5-yard line. The Ravens now going to use their final timeout. And they'll get together prior to the 2nd down play. One more time, it's Robinson. And nothing developed there. He'll get back to the 5, and that's all.
Give credit to this defense, Mike. Their back's against the wall, and they're standing tall so far. Nothing on those first 2 runs. We'll see what the offense has in store now as they bring up 3rd down.
3rd and goal. From the gun, here is Penix. That's going to be caught. And this is not going to work out as planned. Tough spot to try to run a play like that. It is blown up behind the line.
Defense defense does a nice job here initially using zone coverage to take away the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. Quarterback gets off his first read, sees some openings to the sideline, and him and his receiver are able to connect.
Now the Falcons will use their third and final timeout as they'll discuss what's to come as fourth down is looming. Cade York and the field goal unit coming on the field.
A 23-yard attempt.
He makes up for the earlier miss. This time, the kick is good.
Makes the score.
So, 2 quarters down here in Santa Clara. The Super Bowl 60 halftime. Straight ahead with Scott Hansen. Could we have a finish to remember here in Santa Clara? Second half underway in Super Bowl 60. Flowers now to return it. And he's down at the 23, and that's where the offense will take over.
At their own 23-yard line.
They'll start this on the ground with Mitchell. And that's the way you want to run it on first down. A gain of 7.
Johnson there on the tackle.
Ball on the 30 now. Here's second down and 2.
At the 30-yard line.
Another run here with Mitchell. And he's going to have a Ravens first down as he gets this up to the 40-yard line.
10 yards. And the Baltimore first down. First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
13. Go. We changed it. No, we changed it.
Back to throw. Jackson. He's going to air this one out. That's caught. And he will go all the way. Corey Morton. Touchdown, Baltimore. On is Luke to add the extra point. It's up and good. And the Ravens move out to a 24-10 lead. Now, after the touchdown, Luke is back out to kick this one away.
The Falcons take over first and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
They'll throw on first down with Penix. A hit as he throws there. It's going to wind up incomplete. The pressure got to him that time, and it'll set up second down.
They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming, and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
On second down, here's Penix. He's got this to Bijan Robinson. Was brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up third down.
A bit of a quick hitter here, and what you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot, but they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short game.
This one complete to Washington. And he is very close to the first down, but an eyeball, he is shy of it. And they say it's 4th and inches. Now this is going to be a design run. They let him keep it, and he's going to have a Falcons first down. They get 4 on that 4th and inches.
A gain of 4 yards.
Now Penix.
First down.
Off balance throw. It's complete. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple.
It's second and 8 at the 49-yard line.
From just across the midfield stripe, here's second down. Back to throw. Here's Penix. That one is caught by Campbell. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
It's a gain of 17 yards. First down, Falcons.
Throwing now, Penix on first down. And unable to connect there. It's incomplete.
Up until that incompletion, they've done a really nice job on this drive, Mike, picking up fresh sets of downs. And typically, throwing the ball on first down is a great way to do it. But now they find themselves in 2nd and 10. Do you keep it in the air and try to get the first down here? Or is the idea to just make 3rd down manageable and take your chances picking up a key 3rd down? For the most part, he's been very accurate with the ball. He's completing over 60% of his passes, but because they haven't been able to get any big explosive plays, continue to push the ball downfield, hasn't really translated on the scoreboard just yet.
Left side in the hands of London. And he's going to be taken down short of the marker, and that is going to set up an interesting 4th down decision. Inside the 10, it is caught. And they continue to churn out first downs. What a drive. It continues now with 1st and goal.
The defender has to do a better job here, Mike, of getting depth. He wants to elevate that ball to give his secondary defender a chance to make a play. He gets too much.
And he gets to the outside and takes it in. Kyle Pitts. Touchdown, Falcons. York, good on the extra point. And the Falcons back within 7. It's 24-17. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Flowers now to return it. Good job in coverage. They're going to get him down short of the 20-yard line. Jackson going to keep this one himself. And he'll force his way forward, maybe a yard. 2nd down coming up.
They went to the design quarterback run, and there just wasn't a lot of space for the quarterback to operate. You can see him kind of waiting for some of the blocks to develop. Never transpired. Didn't get a whole lot going. Short game.
Second down. Jackson. This ball batted away. That's incomplete.
And at this stage of the game, it's both teams that are really seeing who can make the big play to swing the game in their favor. And this time, it's the defense. He's able to get his hands on it. Mike, I think they're lucky he wasn't able to get both hands on it because it could have been even a bigger play.
On 3rd down, Jackson. He's going to look for the home run ball. That is brought in. And they are not going to catch up to him. He will score. 79 yards. Touchdown, Baltimore. A beautiful combination in the air there. The pass downfield and bringing it the rest of the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
And it's really just a great route, Mike, and then a beautiful throw. The accuracy of the throw is what allowed the receiver not only to secure the catch, but then be able to turn it up and finish the play and find himself in the end zone.
Boy, some bulk in the formation on that right side here for 1st and 10. They'll throw. It's Penix. Now, deep ball for London. That is incomplete. No way to force a football in there. Good coverage. It'll bring up 2nd down. Looks like we have an injured Falcon on this play. We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. He'll be hit as he throws this time, and it's going to fall incomplete. They might be fortunate to just to avoid the sack. And it'll set up a third down.
Third and long obviously isn't an ideal situation to be in offensively. It makes you very predictable, which then places a ton of stress on your offensive line and your quarterback. So they've got to start being more productive in these early downs and set themselves up for more success come third down. Missed opportunities like these are a big reason why they find themselves down double digits here in the third quarter, Mike. Points on this possession could have gone a long way towards making this game competitive, but instead, poor execution, especially in the passing game, and it's another wasted drive.
That is incomplete. They couldn't get the connection on fourth. Going to give the ball over on down.
The result of the play is a turnover on down.
A run here with Mitchell. Oh, the ball's out. And the defense comes up with a big turnover. Maybe this will turn this game around.
And with all this talk about ball security, I can tell you firsthand, Mike, a lot of it just becomes mental. It's like the more you think about it, the more you stress it in practice, it almost gets worse. It's one of those things that when it starts to spiral, it's just hard to pull yourself out.
They'll work now on 2nd and 4.
36-yard line.
Working out of the gun, it's Cousins. That's caught left side by Pitts. And he's going to be out of bounds right around midfield. He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a first down.
Whatever they've talked about in the locker room at the halftime break seems to have worked. They've come out with a new established energy. You could see it when they took the field. Now this offense seems to be building on it because with that chunk play, just a little bit of rhythm that they can build off of. They got a long way to go to get back into this game, but so far off to a good start. This defense is vulnerable in a few areas along the back end, but none of that will matter if this protection can't do a better job holding up long enough that they can find some of these open receivers that have been able to separate. He just doesn't have the time to get them the ball.
Cousins now on 2nd down. That one's incomplete. Good coverage there. Made it uncomfortable for the receiver. Couldn't hang with it, and it brings up 3rd down.
And this is really just more of the same that we saw in the first half. They have made it a huge struggle in the passing game. I mean, just no easy completions, no open space. Every single ball has been contested, and they've done a great job all day.
Cousins out of the gun on 3rd down. And that is incomplete.
I'd say one of the most critical elements of a dynamic offense, Mike, is how efficient are you on 3rd down? It's something these teams stress all week. Here's an opportunity to continue to extend this drive. The defense wins this time and brings up 4th down.
It's too long for a field goal. They'll go for it here on 4th down. Here's Cousins throwing from the pistol. Escaping the pressure right. That's going to be incomplete. They felt compelled to go for it on 4th and long. That was a big ask, and the defense turns them away. A give up the middle for Mitchell. Room to run at the 35. And he'll be taken down.
A gain of 17 yards.
Down to the final quarter in Super Bowl 60. We'll return for the 4th from Santa Clara after this. We see a lot of this as they begin the 4th quarter on the ground. Not much to speak of on that one. Maybe a gain of a yard. It's 2nd down.
It's 2nd and 8.
Let's go.
Robertson, this a design run. And he will take this into the end zone. What a run. Lamar Jackson. Touchdown, Ravens. Loop now for the extra point. He's got it. And the Ravens will open it up even further here in this fourth quarter. Now, after the touchdown, Loop is back out to kick this one away. We'll go ahead and just seed the touchback here. This ball over the back line. It'll come out to the 35. A first down throw for Cousins. Quick throw, taken in, and he's going to be taken down right at midfield. On first down, Cousins. Open man downfield, that's London. And they'll take this down inside the 35. And it's a gain of 20 on the heels of another big play to begin this drive. And he'll just get rid of this. Smart play to throw it away. And that'll set up second down.
They just have to be more creative with their route concepts, Mike. I mean, there's nobody open, nowhere to go with the ball, and quarterback's just forced to throw that one away.
Second and 10. Cousins gonna throw. Out wide, that's Robinson. And he'll be stopped short of the first down. He's able to look it in and get forward for a pickup of about 8. On third down, it's Robinson. And he will easily pick up the first down. They've got first and goal coming up. Cousins to throw. On the run to the right. That is caught. And he's going to be down close to the goal line. Good job defensively to make sure he did not get to the end zone.
These are the worst. I had a couple years, Mike, where I swear I got tackled inside the 1-yard line 10 times. And then you look back and you're like, man, how many touchdowns did I leave on the board because I couldn't get one more yard? Now, for him individually, not ideal. But right now, they're on the doorstep of the end zone, and they got to find a way to put that ball across the goal line. That's one he'd love to have back. An opportunity to score 6 was right there for the taking. Just wasn't quite meant to be.
Throwing here on third and goal. And that is incomplete. Drake London was the intended receiver there. And now they're faced with a fourth and goal.
Every so often, Mike, you can see these offenses, and it looks like the passing game gets a little bit too predictable. And as the defense continues to flood the back end of these zones with extra defenders, they're continuing to force this quarterback to not only make some difficult throws, but to put the ball in harm's way.
And this is incomplete. They don't go for the field goal. Wind up trying to throw for the touchdown. They get nothing out of it on fourth and goal. He's going to let this one go deep. He's got it. Still on the move. Inside the 10. And he's going to take this one all the way. 99 yards. Touchdown, Baltimore. With that, he ties the Super Bowl record, his 3rd touchdown of the night. And now, will you look at this? It's a fake.
I just can't wrap my head around that decision, Mike. I mean, think about it this way. If you want to go for 2, by bringing your extra point unit on, you have to snap the ball from the 15. If you keep your offense on the field to go for 2, you get to snap the ball from the 2-yard line.
We go 3 tight ends here on 1st and 10. Cousins now. That ball flutters to the ground. It's incomplete. Unfortunate there wasn't a defender right there in the area. Could have been a turnover. Instead, it brings up 2nd down. Play action now. It's Cousins. Forced out left. Escaping the danger, throwing and completing. And he's going to be taken down after a big 2nd down pickup. But we do have a penalty marker on the field. So, after the 5 yards are walked off, they face 3rd and long. They go play action with Cousins. Oh, no, back over the middle. It's intercepted. Picked off by Roquan Smith. And the defense finds the end zone. Great work inside by the linebacker, who takes it back the other way for the touchdown.
Yeah, and he just never saw the linebacker in the middle of the field, Mike, and the quarterback was locked in on his receiver. And once that ball came out of his hand, I think he wanted it back.
And he will get in for the 2. They open up the bag of tricks on the goal line and add a pair of points. Jamal Agnew now to return. He's across the 20 to the 21. That's where the drive will begin. On the give, it's Robinson. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. Lost 1 on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. Broke over the middle, caught by London. And he'll be brought down up past the 35-yard line.
You know, it's really been a one-sided game, but how often do we see in the 4th quarter the team that finds themselves down by a lot, they start to come alive. I think it's a combination of trying to end the game on a positive note, but also sometimes that defense getting a little lackadaisical.
And that's going to be incomplete, but a flag down in the backfield. That's the area we usually see holding.
Hey, we're good, we're good. Hey, steamer. Black. What is that?
Throwing now, Cousins. This one complete to Washington.
How fast things can flip. You find yourself in 1st and a mile after taking a penalty on 1st down. But that chunk play there in the passing game now gets them back in sequence with the chains and brings up a more manageable 2nd down.
Now a 2nd down throw for Cousins. High-headed defender draped all over him. Incomplete. Good work to body him up and set up a 3rd down.
7 yards to go.
Throwing his Cousins. And on 3rd down, that ball incomplete.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, like, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
The offense not coming off the field, and here's 4th down. Fourth down, and here's Penix. That is caught by Washington. And he's going to have a Falcons first down on a well-designed play to get 16 to keep the drive going. And it's going to throw again. That is downfield to the tight end Pitts. And they're going to be set up in the red zone. They got it inside the 15. And still get a first down at the 1. First and 10, they go from the 11. This one's caught at the 4. And he's in. Touchdown Atlanta.
At this stage of the game, the score is really irrelevant. You want to try to build something positive towards the end of this game, and I think that score will help do just that.
Now panics, and the Falcons will line it up and go for 2. On the zone read, he'll keep it himself. Oh, big hole, left side. Past midfield. Inside the 30. And he takes it back all the way. How about a pick 2 if you prefer? The play backfires for the offense in a big way. So the late score gets them a bit closer to respectability. They'll try to get even closer with an onside kick. The ball comes out. Special teams has come up with the recovery.
You have no choice. You find yourself down big here late in the fourth quarter, Mike. You got nothing to lose. Give it a shot. Nice job here by the hands team recovering. They're going to take over possession.
Off the play fake. Here's Cousins. Now a shot here, deep middle. That one late over the middle and intercepted. It's the safety, Kyle Hamilton. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
And that should be the final dagger in this one. I mean, barring something dramatic happening here, Mike, I just don't think there's enough time or possessions left in this game to pull off any sort of comeback.
Now a deep ball for Mitchell. And the Falcons are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line.
Even though that interception, it probably won't have much of an impact on the outcome of the game, but at least defensively it gives them something positive to build off of, because up until that point, this game's been a struggle.
And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one.
A gain of 16 yards.
On first and 10, Cousins. He's hit after the catch, and the ball comes free. And fortunately, one of his teammates downfield comes to his rescue and retains possession after the big play. Cousins now to throw on first down. And the ball out of the reach of the receiver. Ball's incomplete.
So this is where it gets really challenging as an offense. You find yourself trailing late in the game. The defense can play you one-dimensional. They know it's a pass-first situation, so extra defensive backs. The zones and the coverage are a little bit tighter and cloudier, and he's having a hard time finding any open windows downfield.
And we'll get whistles and a timeout, so they will stop the clock. Closing seconds, game decided, but timeout anyway. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. And it's complete to the sideline. Nice job getting both feet down inbounds. Now we'll get whistles, and they have signaled for a timeout. Curious there, not sure the logic, but one stoppage with 5 seconds to go. It is 2nd and 6.
Here we go, set. 70 line, go.
Here we go. One final play. That'll be incomplete. And now we are down to likely just one more play. Now a timeout here by Baltimore. That's going to be their second. talk things over before third down. To throw again, it's Penix. And it's going to be some points here at the finish line. This is a touchdown. They fought till the end, but still will come up short. That is yet another touchdown pass. What a game he is having, throwing his 4th touchdown score of the game.
It's one thing, Mike, to throw 4 touchdowns, but it's really the ease in which he's carved this defense up that has stood out the most. The defense has had no answers for this passing game, and he has just completely had his way with this group.
That's pulled in, and they're able to tack on the 2-point conversion. And for the 3rd time in their history, the Baltimore Ravens are champions of the football world. Well, a fitting ending to a great NFL season, all culminating here in the Super Bowl. And, Greg, I think we can say the best team won the title.
And you think back to the season they had, Mike, where they earned everything on the field. There was ups and downs. There was adversity. And they were such a resilient group all season long. They were battle-tested coming into the playoffs. They put it all together tonight, and they can call themselves Super Bowl champions.
The commissioner of the NFL, Roger Goodell, presenting the Lombardi Trophy to the Baltimore Ravens, champions of Super Bowl 60.